Paul George just recently got suspended 25 games, and I want to talk about it. I'm your host, Seb, and if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like and comment down below. But let's go ahead and jump into it. Paul George just got suspended for taking performance-enhancing drugs, and just a few nights ago, he put up a scoreline of 32 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Now, I don't know if this is the reason why they tested him or if this was just a scheduled test, but after this game, he got tested and he came out positive for drugs. He came out with a statement last night via Shams, and the gist of it all said that he was taking some drugs for his mental health and he accidentally took the wrong medication, and he owns up to all of his actions and he takes full responsibility for what happened. First off, I just want to say that I hope Paul George is doing okay and I wish him the best. I want to see him succeed moving forward, and it really sucks that this is what happened. But I do want to talk about the discussion that has been going on because of this and how it's been interpreted. So far, the discussion has revolved around how could anybody make the mistake of taking a PED versus mental health prescription, and I think that's a fair question to ask, but only if it's alongside first asking, how is he doing? Is he taking care of himself? Is he doing okay? Do we need to check up on him? And I hate that the discussion hasn't really focused around that second half of it. I recently saw a clip of ESPN this morning while I was eating breakfast, and in this 5-minute clip, they were talking about, how could Paul George not know that he took a performance-enhancing drug, and he's got a list of all the drugs that he can't be taking, so how could this happen? And it really sucked because I don't think in any of those 5 minutes a single person said, like, hey, maybe he did make a mistake, maybe he's so caught up in his mental health stuff that he just wasn't paying attention. And I think these are all valid criticisms, but it just sucks that the discussion hasn't been about him. Now, this mental health stuff isn't new. I mean, just a few years ago, like during COVID, Ben Simmons was having some mental health talks, and then his performance went down heavily, and then we got the whole James Harden, Ben Simmons trade. But also just recently, when Damian Lillard was in Milwaukee, he was struggling with some mental health stuff too, where he was saying that he was feeling lonely and isolated because all of his friends and family were all back home in Portland. Some people are quick to judge here because they'll say, they're multi-million-dollar athletes, they get paid to play basketball. Like, how could they not be happy? And to that I say, anybody can have mental health issues. I hope that you guys are all taking a step back while you're watching this and trying to understand it from the player's perspective. Because, yes, they do get paid a lot of money, but you also got to remember that this is all that they do for most of the day. They wake up, go train, practice, and then go compete at the game. And it's really hard to make time for yourself when your schedule is just constantly dribbling a basketball. So this brings me to the main reason as to why I wanted to make this video, and it's to tell you all to make sure that you're taking care of yourselves. We've seen time and time again that it doesn't really matter where you are in life. Like, you can have all the money in the world, you can have nothing, and still mental health issues affect everybody equally. I'm not a therapist or psychologist, but I have taken therapy before, and the one thing that I remember is my therapist used to always say, like, Sebastian, you're the only person that's always going to be there in your life, And the same thing goes for any of you guys. I know you guys have friends and family, but at the end of the day, they're never going to be around you 24/7 whenever you need that support. It's only going to be you. And so you have to make sure that you're taking time for yourself and helping yourself feel happy, because everybody deserves it as much as anybody else does. Now, the hardest part of it all is trying to find what helps make you happy, what helps fill up your cup of tea. But it's not as hard as you think it is. You just got to think about what things do you enjoy or what things really give you satisfaction, and can you do any of these things by yourself? For me, I've recently been enjoying playing some games on my own, some single player stuff, and I've also really enjoyed starting watching shows on my own, and I think that's helped me a lot. I've been going out and seeing my friends in person more now that some of them are done with college, and again, that's helping me feel a little bit more filled up. And so whatever it is for you guys, these are just a few ideas. Try and find it and try to make some time for yourself. I know that sometimes it can be a little bit difficult with school, college, work, but if you just try to find those gaps, maybe cut a little bit of scrolling time, cut a little bit of screen time so you can go do something else like play an instrument or draw in some coloring book. I think that would be great for making sure that you're taking care of yourself and that you're not getting lost in some of this mental health problems. I don't know if that last part came out how I wanted it to, but I hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say here. And sorry to get soapboxy on you all, but I just thought that this was an important discussion to talk about, and I hope you all are taking care of yourselves. I hope you guys are staying safe and looking forward to what's going on next. And I hope Paul George makes a full recovery here, and that hopefully this time away from the court helps him get a little bit better. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.